Hey, greetings, friends. Dennis LaRue here with the hashtag steeltoesrequired quote of the week, episode number 58. That's right, 58. If you'll notice, different scenery. I've noticed some connectivity issues up in my office, so I thought I'd come downstairs in the living room. It's quiet right now. Give you today's Steel Toes Required quote of the week. First off, veterans. Hey, Jamie, out there in California with grandbabies. I know you're having fun. Veterans, I'm one of them. Thank you so much for your service. For all my brothers and sisters out there who have served, are currently serving, thank you so much. Spouses, supporting them, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And for all the businesses and restaurants and places that provided services for veterans today, thank you. I personally went to Starbucks and had some coffee, my favorite place, so why not go to one of my favorite places and have my favorite cup of coffee? But with all that said, today's quote comes from, of course, a veteran. It's Veterans Day, and it comes from one of my very favorites. One of my very favorite leaders. I wish I'd have met him. Hey, Holly, I wish I'd have been able to have met this guy. I would, and even work for him. It's General Patton. I love General Patton. The books that I've read about him, he's incredible. And this quote I love this quote. And he said this: if everyone is thinking alike, then somebody ain't thinking. Let that sink in for a minute. If everyone is thinking alike, then somebody ain't thinking. And you know, being in the military, that is so true. It's a very rank-heavy structure. So the whole idea is, and some businesses, some companies are like that. If the boss does all the thinking and everybody just does this, and they do what he says. General Patton says, if that's the case, everybody's doing a lot of head shaking, then somebody's not thinking. I remember one of the military members I worked with. One of his favorite things to do was to look at processes, look at everything, and try to break it. That was his job. That's what he loved to do. He would try to break everything. Processes, try to break systems. He was always looking for the holes. Hey, Gail. And you know what? He would find them. And he did that to make things better. It's the same thing in thinking. Just because you're the leader doesn't mean you are omnipresent and you know everything. You may be all powerful in your company, but that doesn't mean you know everything. You may have examined all the angles that you can think of, but you need consider looking at how the people boots on the ground are actually going to implement what it is you're thinking. Because the people on the ground that policies and procedures impact, they may be great ideas, but in actuality, they're not going to work. So get the people in who do that kind of work, that are influencers, to share what they know and think, because while you may be the boss, they may have the better idea. You see, let the best idea win. Also, it's healthy to have people who think differently from you in your circles, in your spheres, because they challenge the way you think. Some of the biggest problems that I see in organizations is communication, or the inability to have ideas challenged because it's taken personally. It's not personal. Let the best idea win. That's what the general's saying here. If everybody's thinking alike, then somebody's not thinking, because there's got to be different thinking. There's got to be different ways to solve. There's more than one way to solve a problem. Look at math today. There may be one answer, but there's many ways to get to that answer. Problem solving. It's the same thing here with thinking. Challenge. I'm not saying be disrespectful and rude and go and backdoor those in leadership. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is follow the proper procedures, proper channels, proper chain of command to communicate those new ideas. because it can be done. And I can say that from experience because I've been in rooms where I normally set them up and get the coffee, and instead was a voting member and was able to share my ideas, my thoughts with those senior leaders because they lived by this principle. Not everybody was thinking alike. So, how you think is important, what you think is important, but also who you have in the room to help you think is even more important. That whole idea, that whole concept of the mastermind. The whole idea of a mastermind is different people with different experiences, different thought process, helping one another get to a common goal. The military does this better than anybody else. And I can say that because I did it for 23 years. Nobody does it better than the military, and taking a group of people who don't know each other, who have never been around each other, and can get everybody together as a team and accomplish one mission, and then letting best ideas win. It's a tough environment to be in, but it can be done. And so, moving forward, I challenge you this week. This is the challenge. Who's that person that's in your group that is always questioning things? Spend some time with them. Are they just griping? Or do they have valid, different ways of thinking that just get under your skin because they're right? Or because they're different? Give them a hearing. Take what they say, listen to them, let the best idea win. That's a challenge for you this week. And so, quick, painless, to the point this week. Thinking differently. Thinking differently isn't wrong, it's just different. If it gets you to the same goal, makes the group better, makes the team better, makes you better, then different, being different is not wrong. Thinking differently is not wrong. So I challenge you to challenge your thinking this week. And so, with that, I'm going to end it right here with the blessing. I pray the blessing of bread that you know no hunger. I pray the blessing of wine that joy and prosperity would be yours. And I also pray the blessing of salt, that your life would have flavor and that you would be flavorful to others. And I pray that the love of God would be your portion this day and forevermore. Folks, thank you for tuning in so quickly on this short but quick edition of hashtag steeltoesrequired quote of the week. And again, the quote comes from General Patton, who said, if everyone is thinking alike, then someone ain't thinking. Don't let that person be you. Have a great week. Take care. And for my veterans again, thank you for your service. Thank you for all you've done and do for our country. Appreciate you so much. And for those of you that I served with, it was an honor and a privilege to serve with you. Blessings to you all. All right, take care and good night, everybody. Bye for now.